Welcome to my first episode in my mega Halloween review series, where I'll be reviewing a shit ton of horror films every day until October 31st. Now, I was really supposed to begin this on October 1st, but I had a long list of horror movies that I wanted to review. And after reviewing all of it, reviewing every single movie every day in October would have brought me into October meant to November 15th. That just wouldn't do. So I removed some films, and even still, it still would have brought me into November 6th. So I'm starting it right now. So from here on out, every day until November 31st will be a new horror review. So how does this work? Basically just a normal movie review, but to me, I want to focus on more on the scare factor. How did this movie affect me in terms of scares? Was it scary? Was it not scary? Was it creepy? Was it just jump scare? No, it was jump scare central. I'll be reviewing the film on cinematography, acting, directing, and scare factor. I'm basically reviewing like a normal movie, but adding scare factor as a bonus. And to me, the scare factor will really either improve the film as a horror film or just bring it down. It depends on how the scares are handled and how well they're done. So, that being said, you know how this works. I'm going to be showing the trailer for the movie I'm going to be reviewing. And today's movie is James Wan's The Conjuring. So, here is the trailer.
All right, it's 9:18. We're headed down into the cellar where the door's just opened on its own. Give us a sign that you want to communicate with us. Nothing.
What are you guys?
Well, we've been called ghost hunters, paranormal researchers.
But we prefer to be known simply as Ed and Lorraine Warren.
There's someone here that would like to talk to you.
There's something horrible happening in my house.
It's November 1st, 1971. I'm sitting here with Carolyn Perrin, who, with her family, has been experiencing supernatural occurrences. You picking up anything in here, hon?
Something awful happened here, Ed.
What is it?
Whatever Lorraine sees, feels, touches, it takes a toll on her. A little piece each time.
You have a lot of spirits in here, but there's the one that I'm most worried about because it is so hateful. Look what she made me do. We have to get out of here.
That's not gonna help.
This thing has latched itself to your family.
Violet, we never seen nothing like this.
I'm coming with you.
No way. I can't lose you.
There's a lady in a dirty nightgown that I see in my dreams. She's standing in front of my mom's bed. Do you want to see him?
Yeah?
When the music stops, you see him in the mirror standing behind you.
Look what she made me do.
So The Conjuring was directed by James Wan, who is a phenomenal director. You may know of his work. He directed on the first Saw movie, and he also directed on the two Insidious films, and a very deserving overlooked horror film, Dead Silence. He's primarily known for his horror films. He also did Aquaman, by the way. If you enjoyed it, he did Aquaman. James Wan has a very certain style to him, and I think his style shows off way better in The Conjuring and in The Conjuring 2, which I'll review soon. It just has such gorgeous gorgeous cinematography. I mean, the cinematography in The Conjuring is so fucking gorgeous. It is a mixture, if you will, of using modern technology, but it has that 1970s feeling, which is, you know, if you don't know, the movie is set in the 1970s, 1971 especially. And the film just, it feels like you are watching something from the 70s, but it's using modern day. It's just so gorgeous. It is absolutely brilliant how they've done this movie. Well done stuff. The director of photography on this movie, Jesus Christ, man. There are so many interesting shots. There's a shot in the movie where, you know, there's a girl looking under a bed, and then she comes up, but instead of having the camera pan up, it does something awesome. So when she's upside down, the camera is, you know, upside down with her. You know, you're looking at it from her perspective. It cuts from the shot from, you know, her looking underneath the bed, you know, to actually showing underneath the bed, and cuts back to her. And then when she gets up, the camera does a nice, kind of like, it rotates to show her flipping back over to get on back on top of her bed to see what the noise was. That's a nice camera trick. And there's a beautiful, beautiful one-take shot in this that's absolutely stunning. Absolutely gorgeous. Just all around. Just a gorgeous scene of you know, the daughter walking through the house, just walking. Now, I think what really gives this movie a lot of its creep factor is the opening music. The music in this movie. Wow. The score is absolutely bone-chilling. And if you want evidence of that, it's right in the beginning of the film. Right there in the Warner Bros. Logo. That right there, when I saw that movie in theaters with my grandma, I knew right then and there I was in for a crazy wild ride. And I was. The Conjuring is a well-crafted horror film. It is, to me, when modern horror movies come out, this is the movie I compare them to in terms of modern horror. This movie shows that you don't need loud jump scares to make a good horror film. You don't need lazy scares. All you need is suspense and great music. And this movie just, I can't even find a flaw, honestly, with The Conjuring. The movie's an hour and 50 minutes long, but it doesn't even feel that to me. It honestly feels like an hour and a half movie, because you get so entrenched with the characters and the story, you just lose track of time. And, you know, the movie is set in the 1970s, and they had every opportunity to overdo it with 70s references, but there's only a few. They keep it pretty, you know, tame. You know, that's what I love about it. You know, James Wan knows that, you know. The way he's filming the movie, it automatically is just a big reference to the 1970s. He doesn't need... There's a few 70s songs here, and there's like a reference to a 70s TV show. That's really about it. Other than that, I mean, there's... Just by the look of the film alone, you can tell that it's set in the 70s, and it just looks like, aesthetically, it is the 70s. Now, let's get into the most important factor of a horror film. The scares. And my God, The Conjuring is such a fucking creepy as hell movie. What I love the most about James Wan, he experiments. He does different things. You know, with Saw, he was doing more of that intense horror. With Dead Silence, he was trying new things. It didn't really work out. I think Dead Silence is probably his weakest film. with The Conjuring. This movie feels like he's been doing horror for years. The scares are so properly set up in this movie. I'm telling you right now, you watch this alone with the lights off, you are going to be fucking creeped out. Especially if you have a good set of surround sound speakers, or you're watching this on your desktop and have a good pair of surround sound headphones. You're going to have a fun time. Now, this movie does have jump scares, but the difference between these jump scares and most jump scares in modern horror is this. They actually build up to something. See, with most modern horror movies, they do the cliche of, oh, it was their friend, you know, who did the jump scare, or oh, it was just a random object. With The Conjuring, you see the demon before the jump scare even happens. You are given time to prepare, unlike most modern horror. See, what James Wan does in The Conjuring is nice build-up. He builds it up with nice suspense, tension, with the music amping up, and then, you know, boom, there you go. But what's cool about it is that you see the ghosts in several scenes, giving you time to prepare. This movie is just, it does go like, it does have this like subtle horror. There's a scene where the actress Vina Farmiga, which, you know, her and Patrick Wilson are great in this movie. She's given a music box, and you know what? I might as well just show you guys the clip. Here it is. So, seeing that scene in theaters, that shit freaked me out. And there's more scares like that in this movie. As I stated, this movie, it's very good with its scares. It keeps you on edge. While yes, this is a nearly 2-hour long film, coming in I think around 1:57. It will keep your attention throughout the runtime. There is no boring parts within the film. It's great acting, especially from I hope I pronounced her name right. Femia Farmigas, and I hope I fucking pronounced her name right. Let me see how it's pronounced. I don't want to mispronounce her name. Femia Farmiga. I think that's how you pronounce her name. And Patrick Wilson. If I screw up her name, I'm sorry. They play Ed and Lorraine Warren in this movie, and they are fan-fucking-tastic. The family is fantastic in this movie. Just everyone pulls out a great performance, and it's just all around just an excellent, excellent, excellent movie. So with all that out of the way, do I recommend The Conjuring? Hell yes. In terms of a film, it's fantastic. In terms of a horror film, it's fantastic. This, to me, gets my full recommendation. I'm giving this 5 out of 5. It's a fucking fantastic horror film. If you have yet to see The Conjuring, hopefully the clips I provided and this review will have convinced you to watch it. And if you know a friend who really wants to watch this movie, share this review with them. You know, you really want them to watch the movie, share this review with them. Maybe, I'll convince them. But yes, I do recommend The Conjuring. It's a great horror film. One of the best. And if you haven't seen it, you're totally missing out. So, that was my first review of my mega horror series. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was a pain editing this. I made one editing mistake when I was saying it's in the Warner Brothers logo. Like I said, I'm editing off a smartphone, so it's pretty difficult, but Now, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I worked really hard on this video, and yeah, I'm going to try to do this daily. If I can't, it'll be a new video every 1 to 3 days. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll talk to you guys next time.